Pokemon Red and Blue were the starting point of a series that would go on to be one of the most popular of all time. What made these games revolutionary was not only the sheer coolness of some of the creatures you were to befriend, but also how much you could turn this game into your own personalized experience, thanks to the wide plethora of choices you can make. Which Pokemon to catch, and you specifically, is too many, the most important part of a Pokemon playthrough. And in that regard, there are thousands of options for team building. Though, this begs the question, what would the perfect team for a playthrough of Pokemon Red and Blue be? Of course, the answer depends on what the player is looking for, so we should make it clear what we are looking for in a perfect team. One, we want to only catch 6 Pokemon in the entire playthrough. Our team should be able to play the whole game by itself, including the mandatory HMs. We also want to make a point of having a full team of 6 even if you could technically do well with less Pokemon, because it fits the concept of a perfect team better. Number 2, no Pokemon that are too hard to obtain or over-reliant on grinding. An example of the former could be the Safari Zone Pokemon such as Tauros, and the latter includes Pokemon such as Gyarados, which despite it being phenomenal, requires so much effort to evolve and will grow up slower even after that thanks to it being in the slow level up group. The same could be said for Pokemon like Lapras, which is also phenomenal, but you get it late at level 15, which we kind of find cringe. Number 3, we want to use Pokemon and strategies that we find cool. Of course, this is subjective, but as we explained in the Legendary Birds video, and feel free to watch that if you did not already, slowly beating every Pokemon with moves like Wrap, Fire Spin is tedious and not very fun. So let's not do that. We also will be trying some of our own favorite Pokemon. And for last but not least, we shall not overlevel a lot, and we will not use legendaries, which is a fun restriction in our opinion. So, given all of these restrictions, here's our attempt at providing the best possible team for Pokemon Red. And yes, we are specifying Pokemon Red because one of our choices relies on that. Stay tuned for that. And sorry to the Pokemon Blue fans if we Pokemon Blue it. Alright, let's go. Pokemon number 1, Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is the starter Pokemon we choose for this run because it destroys the early game on its own and has uses later, which is why we picked it. Once we do the required Oak parcel delivery and are able to catch new party members, we can get our next perfect Pokemon team member. Pokemon number 2, Nidoran Male. This is why we have chosen Pokemon Red, as Pokemon Blue does not provide it on Route 23. Nidoran, specifically male, is great because while Bulbasaur will need little help for quite some time, Nidoran will make some of the fights against bug catchers and other grass resists easier and faster to do with its more powerful attacks. It also evolves very early into Nidoking thanks to the Moonstone being in Mount Moon and learns Thrash. And if you do not think Nidoran Male is a Giga Chat Pokemon, we invite you to watch a speedrun of Pokemon Red, after you are done with this video of course. Our Bulbasaur will destroy Brock's hopes and dreams, and together with Nidoran, they will plow through Route 3 and Mount Moon, evolving into Ivysaur and Nidorino in the process. In Mount Moon, we will find the Moonstone, which again will get us Nidoking, the first Pokemon in our roster that is fully evolved. Using this newfound power, we will destroy our rival with Thrashes and Mega Punches and move towards Bill's house for the required SS ticket. Having done that, Ivysaur will whip Misty into oblivion thanks to its grass typing. Speaking of tickets in water, the next step is to go to the SS Anne, which includes the third rival fight of the game, which that fight has a Kadabra that can hit both of our Pokemon for super effective damage, and it will get outsped and O-code by the TM Body Slam that we have found in the ship prior. One way to do this fight easily is to beat Pidgeotto with Ivysaur. Keep fighting until the plant is KO'd and sweep the rest with Body Slam. And no, Nidoking does not learn Dig, as much as it could have been a great option. This will grant us access to HM Cut, which Ivysaur conveniently learns. Next up is Lieutenant Surge, which, given that we have a grass type and a ground type, is of no match to our team, and will easily fall and let us progress to Rock Tunnel freely. Now you may be wondering, how are we supposed to go through Rock Tunnel given that we do not have a Pokemon to learn Flash and have not even gotten it yet due to not having caught 10 different Pokemon? Well, we're simply not gonna get it. We're gonna go through Rock Tunnel without Flash, and it's barely an inconvenience due to the game allowing the player to see the stairs and the cave walls, as well as the map itself not being very hard to find its way through. Regarding the trainers, we have strong Pokemon against the grass type Mons and the Slowpokes and Ivysaur, which has Vine Whip and Cut. Anything else will be dealt with by Nidoking. Once Celadon City is reached, we will finally be able to get some more team members, as the pool of Pokemon available, and more importantly, the pool of cool Pokemon available, grows. Pokemon number 3, Dodrio! Out of all the Pokemon that learn HM Fly, Dodrio is definitely the best. That is not a legendary. Dodrio is also a great Pokemon in its own right, thanks to the good attack and speed, Wit Stab, Drill Peck, as well as being one of our favorites as well. Pokemon 4, Jolteon. Celadon's Mansion gives us access to the gift Eevee, which can evolve into 3 different Pokemon. Among these 3 options, Jolteon is our pick, because Flareon is very bad and we can get another water type. Jolteon is also the best non-Zapdos electric type by a clear margin, thanks to its great stats. Also, we have TM Thunderbolt to give it a good move immediately and make it a great team member. Our team might have expanded since we began this playthrough, but Erica's gym, to be honest, would have easily fallen to our starter alone. Thanks to her good AI, Erica will always spam Poison Powder into Ivysaur, which provides Ivysaur with a free opportunity to spam Cut and win. Tangela might not have Poison Powder, but it will not 1v1 Ivysaur or any of our other team members for that matter. Having done that, we will head into the Rocket Hideout, home to many Zubats, and especially weak poison types that Jolteon can feed on easily. Giovanni, on the other hand, will require Ivysaur's help with the rock types and Nidoking, in case Ivysaur is not enough to beat Kangaskhan. Ivysaur, around this point in the game, should learn an absurdly good The Leaves, which is a guaranteed critical hit, and evolves into Ivysaur. Dodrio will also evolve into Dodrio. Now with this vastly improved roster, the third rival fight will be very easy, as we have Jolteon for both Pidgeotto and Gyarados, Dodrio to one-shot Kadabra, and the Nidoking for everything else. The Ghost-filled section will also be no match for a team featuring a Thunderbolting Jolteon, Drill-Pegging Dodrio, and a Rock-sliding Nidoking, as well as Ivysaur, now Venusaur, to beat the Ghost Marowak. This will give us access to not only the Pokeflute, but to our 5th Pokemon. Pokemon number 5, Snorlax. People familiar with Gen 1 competitive play might know that Snorlax is considered by many the 4th best Pokemon in the game after Mewtwo, Mew, and Tauros. And even better than the legendaries, Dragonite, and other beasts like Alakazam. In our playthrough, Snorlax will not aim to provide a solution for any particular problem, other than it just being a generally powerful Pokemon. It also learns HM Strength, and it's a good stab move, rather than an annoying burden like Nidoking. After going through Cycling Road, we will have a very easy time against Koga, thanks to Jolteon's massively powerful Thunderbolt, and the fact that the only strong attack Koga can use is Weezing's Boom Boom, which literally means we win anyway, given that Weezing is always the last Pokemon sent by Koga. That, as well as collecting the HM Surf in the Safari Zone, gives us access to our final Pokemon. Pokemon number 6, Starmie. Staryu is a Pokemon that can be fished in Seafoam Islands, and if you didn't know this already, we had Pokerebels like Starmie a lot, especially in this game where it can literally win on its own from this point forward, let alone if surrounded by a team of great Pokemon such as ours. We can immediately evolve Staryu thanks to the Water Stone being a buyable item in the Celadon department store, and there is no reason to wait for anything besides making sure Staryu has recovered. Now that our team is complete, we can go ahead and defeat the bad guys in Saffron, which is very easy thanks to Starmie having learned TM Psychic. Jolteon and Dodrio being very strong, and the rivals' hopes and dreams being completely thwarted by a virtue of us having a Pokemon to hard counter anything he has, as well as a Snorlax, just in case. We will grab TM Earthquake on the 10th floor and teach it to Nidoking, giving it a stab move it desperately needs. Sabrina, even given all the hype about the Gen Psychic type, can't handle Dodrio and Snorlax with her physically frail squad, and even if she could, Starmie would beat up whatever's left of her hopes and dreams anyway. A little known fact about Starmie is that it is a water type, which means there goes Blaine, and there goes Giovanni, and now we're in the victory road, by which doesn't have any mandatory trainers, which is actually a good decision. I mean, not in terms of Game Freak making this game good, but in terms of, being more humane and avoiding more murder from our team. The Elite Four will also not be very hard, as Jolteon claps Lorelei very hard, while Starmie and Snorlax can be backup in the very unfortunate case of it being frozen by Jinx or Lapras. Bruno, again, is a complete joke, as Venusaur and Nidoking can beat him up pretty easily. Dodrio deals with fighting types, and Starmie, let's not even bring that up. Agatha will then fall victim to Dodrio thanks to her physical, frail Pokemon and a lack of decent moves or good AI. Nidoking's Earthquake also beats all her Pokemon in one hit, and Starmie also destroys her pretty easily as well. Lance's Gyarados falls to Jolteon's Thunderbolt. All three Dragon types on his team can be dealt with in several ways, the most cruel on which is to switch in one of our two Poison types, forcing his good AI to spam Agility in the case of Dragonair and Reflector Agility in the case of Dragonite, while the Poison type destroys them. And Aerodactyl is really food for Starmie or Jolteon. Now the champion fight will once again be completely covered for. Jolteon beats Pidgeot, Starmie beats Alakazam and Rhydon, Jolteon comes back and beats Gyarados in one hit. Dodrio pecks the egg, and either Starmie, Jolteon, or Rock Sliding Nidoking can beat up the Charizard. So hey, there we go. That's our perfect Pokemon Gen 1 team. How many of these picks do you agree with? Would you pick different Pokemon in some, or maybe for all of the team slots? Hey, how would you fit your favorite Pokemon on this team? Feel free to tell us in the comments, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Here are some of our other videos for you to watch as well. See you guys in the next one.